All right, so ready for a deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about schema markup
Ooh, schema markup.
and how it can really boost your SEO,
Yes.
especially going into 2025 and beyond.
Looking ahead.
And I know you know a lot about SEO already, but
Absolutely.
think of schema markup as like,
Okay.
it's not just about keywords anymore, right?
No.
It's about giving those search engines like Google
Right.
a deeper understanding of what your content is really all about.
Yeah, it's like you're giving those search engine bots like
Right.
a manual almost
Yeah.
that they can actually read with
Yeah.
all this structured data.
Right.
And it really helps search engines go beyond just identifying those keywords and comprehend like the context
The context.
and the relationships within your content.
So they're not just seeing like a jumble of words on a page.
Exactly.
They're actually understanding like, oh, this is a product.
Yes.
This is a recipe. This is an event.
Yeah.
This is a blog post, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Precisely.
Okay, so
And this is where schema.org comes in.
okay, schema.org.
Yeah. Have you heard of this?
I have.
It's basically a collaborative effort, really,
Okay.
by major search engines.
So we're talking like Google,
Google, Bing, Yahoo,
Yahoo,
even Yandex.
Yandex. Wow.
They all got together and said, hey,
Let's make this easier.
let's make it easier to talk to us.
Yeah.
And they came up with this amazing set of guidelines.
So that's what we mean by schema markup.
Exactly.
It's basically we're adding this structured data,
Yes.
this schema.org vocabulary, to your website's HTML,
It's like you're giving them a backstage pass
a backstage pass.
to understand your content.
And this understanding can lead to some pretty impressive benefits,
Oh, yeah.
especially when it comes to like those eye-catching rich snippets
Yes.
you see in search results.
Right. Those rich snippets are like, they're like mini advertisements.
Yes.
That go beyond the standard blue link and description.
You know, things like star ratings for products.
Yes.
Event dates and times.
Yes.
Or even like author information for articles.
Precisely. And they're not just there to look pretty.
Yeah.
They're designed to give users more information up front,
All right.
which can significantly increase your click-through rates
Makes sense.
and higher click-through rates. Strong signal to those search engines that your content's relevant
Right.
and engaging.
It's like having a storefront window that actually shows what's inside your shop.
Absolutely.
Makes people more likely to come in and browse.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how does schema markup help with voice search?
Ooh, voice search.
It seems to be growing more and more popular every day.
That's a great question, and that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Because with voice search, people are asking questions in natural language.
Natural language.
They're not just typing in keywords.
Yeah.
Schema markup helps search engines understand like the nuances
Oh.
of those questions.
So it's not just about matching keywords anymore.
No,
It's about understanding the intent
the intent.
behind the query.
Exactly. For example, let's say someone asks their voice assistant, find me a recipe for apple pie.
Okay.
Without schema markup, the search engine might just pull up any page
Right.
that mentions apple and pie,
Just those two words.
which could include like product listings for apples,
Interesting.
articles about the history of pie,
Okay.
or even blog posts about someone's grandma's famous apple pie recipe.
But with schema markup,
With schema markup.
the search engine can actually identify pages
Yes.
that are specifically tagged as recipes.
recipes.
Understand the ingredients, cooking time,
Even user ratings.
so it can really pinpoint exactly what that person is looking for.
It connects the dots
Yeah.
between that spoken question and the most relevant content.
It's like a human would.
Exactly. And this is going to become even more important, I think,
Okay.
as voice search continues to evolve.
Because we're moving beyond those simple queries, right?
Yep.
It's more complex questions and requests. And it seems like schema markup is going to be essential
Essential.
for ensuring that those search engines can keep up.
Keep up. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're talking about search engines getting smarter, right?
Yeah.
But I bet some listeners are like, okay, but what's in it for me?
Right.
You know, how does schema markup actually give you an edge in the real world?
Yeah, that's where we move from like the what to the why,
Yeah.
the tangible benefits.
Right.
Let's say you have an e-commerce site.
Okay.
You've got amazing products.
Yeah.
But so does everybody else.
It's a crowded marketplace.
Very crowded. How do you make your listing stand out?
How do you stand out?
Well, with product schema,
Okay.
your search results become more than just that blue link.
Yeah.
Imagine a potential customer sees the product title.
Mhm.
Sure, but also the price,
Okay.
the availability, even star ratings.
Right on the search page.
That's it there.
It's like giving them a sneak peek inside the box before they even click.
Precisely.
Genius.
Suddenly your listing isn't just competing on keywords.
Right.
It's offering valuable information up front
Makes sense.
that can increase the chances of someone clicking through to your site.
And I bet those rich snippets are even more important for local businesses.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when people are searching on their phones.
Yes. Think about someone searching for coffee shops near me.
Yeah.
If your listing includes schema for your business address, hours of operation, even customer reviews.
You're not just a name on a map.
Right.
You're a place they can picture walking into.
Exactly.
Like right now.
Right now, and that's just one example.
Okay.
Schema can be applied to articles, events, recipes,
Wow.
you name it.
Okay, so it really can be used for anything.
Anything, each schema type has specific properties
Okay.
that enhance the information search engines can understand and display.
So it's not just a one-size-fits-all approach.
Yeah.
You really tailor the schema to whatever that content may be.
Yes, and that customization is key.
Okay.
The more accurately you use schema, the better search engines can categorize your content
Gotcha.
and match it to the right users.
But this brings up like a crucial point.
Okay, what's that?
Schema doesn't directly boost your rankings, right?
That's a common misconception.
Oh.
Schema is not a magic ranking booster,
Mm-hmm.
but it does influence factors that heavily impact your ranking.
Okay, so it's more about working with the system,
Yes.
not trying to game it.
Precisely.
Okay.
Think of it this way.
Right.
Engaging rich snippets lead to higher click-through rates.
Makes sense?
People are more likely to spend time on a page
Right.
that clearly matches their search intent.
They're not going to bounce immediately,
This can lower bounce rates,
Yeah.
increase time on site, and even lead to more conversions.
which are all positive signals
Exactly.
that Google uses or search engines use to
Yes.
assess the website.
The quality and relevance,
But we can't forget about the elephant in the room.
which is,
AI.
yes,
AI. Everyone's talking about it,
all the time these days.
especially when it comes to search.
It's changing everything.
So how does schema fit into this AI-powered future?
Now we're getting into the heart of things.
Okay, lay it on me.
All this beautifully structured data we're adding with schema,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just for humans.
Right.
It's like a gourmet meal
Gourmet meal.
for those AI algorithms.
So instead of like trying to decipher messy human language,
Yes.
AI has this neatly organized data
Exactly.
to analyze and learn from.
Precisely as search engine algorithms rely more heavily on AI
Right.
and machine learning,
Mhm.
schema becomes even more crucial.
Okay, so it's almost like it's going to become essential at some point.
It allows these systems to understand the
Mhm.
relationships between entities, the context of information.
And the nuances of user intent.
This makes me wonder,
Or it's
as search evolves, could schema become even more than just helpful?
like almost mandatory.
That's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible.
Okay.
As AI plays a larger role in search,
Mm-hmm.
structured data becomes essential for
Yeah.
providing those clear signals
Okay.
and ensuring accuracy.
So websites without schema might get lost in the noise
Unable to communicate effectively.
with these AI-powered systems.
It's like trying to have a conversation in a crowded room
Yeah.
without speaking the same language.
You're just yelling.
Schema helps you cut through that clutter,
Gotcha.
make your message heard.
So while it might not be a requirement today,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like a very smart investment for the future.
Absolutely, and not just for SEO,
Oh, okay.
but for how your content is discovered and understood
Mhm.
across the entire digital landscape.
The entire digital landscape. Okay, so we've established schema markup is important.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people hear structured data,
Yeah.
HTML, and they get a little intimidated.
I understand that.
Yeah.
It can sound a little scary.
Where do you even begin?
Right.
Like, what are some good first steps if you're
Yeah.
ready to, like, jump in?
The obvious starting point is schema.org.
Schema.org.
It's the official website.
Okay.
It has all the documentation
Oh, the info.
on those different schema types and properties.
Okay.
It can seem overwhelming at first,
Yeah.
but they have some great examples and tutorials
So it's a good place to get started.
to familiarize yourself with the vocabulary.
Okay, so that's where you go to, like, figure out which schema type is right for you.
Exactly.
Whether it's a product page,
A blog
a
post.
recipe, whatever it may be.
Once you have a grasp of the basics,
Okay.
there are tools and plugins
Okay.
that can simplify the implementation process.
So you're saying you don't need to be like a coding wizard to add schema markup
No, not at all.
to your website.
Of course,
Yep.
if you're comfortable with HTML, you can add the markup manually.
Yeah,
But these plugins and tools
right.
make it accessible to anyone,
Really?
regardless of their technical skills.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
It sounds like schema markup is something that every website owner should be considering, whether they're an SEO expert or just starting out.
It can have a significant impact
Yeah.
on your online visibility and discoverability.
And the sooner you start using it,
The better.
the better.
You'll be positioned as search continues to evolve.
Okay, so to wrap things up,
Okay.
what's the one key takeaway you want our listener to walk away with today?
Schema markup is like giving your website a voice.
A voice.
In this increasingly complex world of search,
Mm-hmm.
it allows you to communicate
Clearly.
with search engines,
Yeah.
helping them understand your content,
Right.
connect with the right audience,
Makes sense.
and stand out in that crowded digital landscape.
And in a world where AI is playing such a large role
Yes.
in how we find information,
Absolutely.
that clear communication is only going to become more important.
Precisely.
So whether you're a seasoned SEO pro
Yes.
or just starting your online journey,
Embracing schema markup is a smart move
if you want to thrive,
in this ever-evolving digital world.
it's been a fascinating deep dive.
I'm glad you think so.
I feel like I've not only learned a lot, but I'm also ready to take action.
That's what we like to hear.
Put these things into practice.
Absolutely.
And remember,
Yes.
the world of SEO is always changing.
Always evolving.
So continuous learning
Yes.
and adaptation are key.
Stay curious, stay informed,
That's right.
and you'll be well equipped to navigate the exciting future of search.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into schema markup and its benefits for SEO in 2025.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me.